Imagine waking up as a single coordinate in an endless void. You have no height. You have no width. You have no depth. You are the king of absolutely nothing. Existing here is terrible. You cannot move because there is nowhere to move to. To escape this paralysis, the universe relies on a simple mathematical engine: stacking. By taking that single point and stretching an infinite number of them side by side, you create a line. Welcome to the first dimension. Congratulations, you have length. But your entire world is now a single infinite tightrope. If you had friends here, you couldn't pass them. And vision is completely useless. Looking directly at someone, you would only ever see a single dot of color, with no way to tell if they are a tall, handsome line or a short, stubby one. So we apply the stacking rule again. We pull that line upwards, stacking an infinite number of them next to each other until we get a flat plane. We are now in the second dimension. You are a polygon who can move forward, backward, left, and right. But biology in flatland is a structural disaster. If you had a normal digestive tract running straight from your mouth to your exit, it would literally slice your flat body completely in half. Moving up from nothingness creates space, but these lower dimensions lack the structural integrity required to hold complex life together. The math must keep building. We apply the rule one more time, piling an infinite number of those flat 2D squares on top of each other like sheets of paper. This constructs a cube and drops us right into the third dimension. This is home. It's where you keep your stuff. But our perception of this space is actually a biological illusion. Even though we physically exist in 3D, we only see in 2D. Your retina, the light-sensitive tissue at the back of your eye, is a flat surface that only captures a two-dimensional projection of up, down, left, and right. To figure out depth, your brain simply looks at shadows and lighting, making an educated guess. You are walking around completely blind to the true, full volume of reality. Curious, our three-dimensional world is just an arbitrary stop on a mathematical assembly line, and if we refuse to stop the algorithm here, things get strange quickly. We move to the fourth dimension by stacking infinite 3D moments along a new axis. In 4D, your entire life exists as a single giant physical snake stretching from birth to death. Every second happens simultaneously as part of one solid object. Secrets do not exist here. Just as you can look down at a 2D square and see its entire interior, a 4D creature can look at your 3D body and clearly see your heart, your brain, and what you just ate for lunch, all without making a single cut. In 4D space, you don't remember the past. You walk to it. You can look at the timeline of history and physically approach the battlefields of World War II, sitting right next to the invention of the iPhone, arranged together like distinct pieces of furniture in a very long room. If we take all those infinite 4D timelines and continue the algorithm by arranging them side by side, we map out every possible choice ever made. This creates the fifth dimension, the probability plane. Here, you are a massive cloud of outcomes. You can clearly see the version of you that became a billionaire, the version that turned to crime, and the version that was eaten by a bear. Seeing every possible result of every decision laid out at once is entirely paralyzing. To navigate this, the algorithm introduces a new rule: folding. Instead of rewinding time to change a choice, you fold that vast 5D plane to create a shortcut. This is the sixth dimension. You can instantly jump the gap from the bear attack timeline directly to the billionaire timeline. Mastering this fold makes you the absolute god of your own destiny. But even with all that power, you are still bound by the specific physics of our Big Bang, the initial explosion that created our specific universe and dictated its strict rules. To break out of our universe, we treat that 6D multiverse as a single point, collapsing it to prepare for a jump into alien realities. We draw a line from our point to a universe with completely different starting conditions. Maybe light moves at 5 miles per hour, or gravity pushes matter apart instead of pulling it together. This line connecting different laws of physics is the seventh dimension. Stacking infinite 7D lines next to each other builds the eighth dimension. It is a terrifying plane of broken realities, full of volatile universes that instantly collapse into empty voids. Traveling through 8D rewrites the source code of reality. It's the difference between changing the channel on your TV and modifying the laws of physics until the screen turns into a ham sandwich. By folding these infinite 8D planes together, we create the 9th dimension. This provides an instant shortcut to completely unrecognizable universes, where humans are shaped like triangles and standard logic completely fails. The 9th dimension is the absolute peak of variation. It is a frantic, overwhelming space where absolutely everything conceivable and inconceivable can be accessed in a single snap. But the algorithm has one final unavoidable step. With absolutely nowhere left to expand, all infinite 9D realities must condense inward into one ultimate point. According to string theory, this hyperdense singularity is the 10th dimension. String theory is a theoretical framework in physics that models particles as one-dimensional vibrating loops. This 10th dimension is the absolute end of the road, containing everything that ever happened, everything that could happen, and everything that physically shouldn't happen. But look at it. Functionally and visually, this ultimate peak of existence is exactly identical to the claustrophobic zero-dimensional point we started in. When you contain the total fabric of existence all at once, you have no individual self. You are completely paralyzed by infinity, unable to make a single move, because you already occupy every possible position. So we snap aggressively back down the scale to the safety and limitation of our standard 3D world. It's much better down here. We have pizza. Our inability to access the higher dimensions is actually what saves us. The strict physical boundaries of 3 dimensions are the exact limitations required to have a unique identity, make actual choices, and experience a meaningful life.